So let's start with your new gig, or your post-governor gig at the Center for the New Energy Economy. Tell us what that is all about.
So it's a policy center. I run it out of Colorado State University, and what we do, my team and I, work with states around the country on various energy proposals, part of their energy agenda, and have found a way recently to work with 13 western states on the proposed Clean Power Plan. So we convene the governor's offices, the utilities in the West, the CEOs of the utilities, and it really is about trying to understand how the West can implement this Clean Power Plan in a way that's favorable to the West, so that we don't get hurt by it here as a region, but at the same time can look at implementation and do what's necessary to reduce emissions by 30% by 2030. That's the kind of work we do. We work with states. We have a big project with the Nature Conservancy where we're working with 50 different states on energy policy, and we think that as long as Congress remains inactive, and they're fairly inactive, that as a nation we should be part of this global transition to clean energy, and the way to do that is to work at the state level. We managed to work with Republican and Democratic administrations alike, so we're working across the aisle, something again that's not happening much in Congress. And so kind of given how important states are, given how important we think this energy transition is, to have the ability or the chance to do this is really a great thing to do, and a nice follow-on to some of the things I was able to do as governor of Colorado.
And how do you think about the transition, given the fact that the United States has suddenly become the world leader in oil production thanks to fracking and all of that? On the one hand, we're really increasing our fossil fuel production, and on the other hand, you're looking to transition to clean energy.
Well, there's a couple of parts of that. One is to think about the electric generation that's not so much related to our oil use, and it's about 40% of our emissions, and there's a real transition happening there from what was formerly a portfolio with a lot more coal-based generation, now more gas-based and renewables-based generation. We made big transitions on the energy efficiency side or the energy conservation side, and so that's all part of it. On the oil side, we're very much addicted to oil in this country, and I know that sounds trite to say it, but we are, and we need to make that transition as well. That's going to be a long transition out of sort of our fossil fuel-based addiction, and what we're going to do in the process is we're going to produce more oil locally and import less from countries from around the world. That's going to happen. That's going to be part of a longer transition, I think, but domestic production actually allows us to import less, and that matters for national security. It matters as it relates as well to our own sort of economic security in this country. So there are all sorts of security questions that are part of it, and we're going to have to respond to environmental challenges by transitioning in the transportation sector the way we have to in the electric generation sector.